Hey everyone, welcome back. I know it's been a while since we've been live, but we have a special guest. Her name is Kelly, and she has her own podcast show, and she's been a subscriber for quite a while. Kelly, please introduce yourself.
Hi, guys. I am Kelly Champlin. I am the co host of Southern Liberty. We are a podcast available through Spreaker, through iPods, or through iTunes, iHeartRadio, Spotify, all of them. Roderick Threets is our host and the owner of the network that we run from, and been doing this for about 3.5, 4 years almost. So yeah, we're enjoying doing podcasting.
And this is your
we
first time doing a live here,
It is. It is. I was teasing Autumn a little bit ago. I have a face made for radio. Uh, but no, we normally do audio only podcasts, and we deal with politics at the national and international level. Especially now with the U and the R doing their thing, we're getting a lot more information about that, and just putting some context to what's happening, both here and abroad.
So, Kel, what is your take on the amount of baby formula that we found out that's being shipped to the border
Mhm.
and to the big U from not just the United States, but from other countries as well?
Yeah. Um, when I heard that it was more than seven, oh my God. Um, to say that I'm shocked about the amount is putting it mildly, very mildly. Um, although with our government's reaction to it, I can't really say that it surprises me
Mm.
because they've known about this for months. They've done nothing about it except exacerbate the problem. What they've done is they have increased the shipments to the border. They've increased the number of people that they're feeding, and therefore they're increasing the amount of illegal immigration that's happening.
Yeah.
So they know about it. And that's what makes me so angry is that they know about it. While our kids are starving, they're feeding the world.
Yeah. I've always said that we should take care of our own first. Let's take care of our
Mhm.
homeless pets first. Let's take
Absolutely.
care of our children first.
Absolutely.
We have to stop worrying about everybody else. That is not our problem.
We have a nation right now that what it is, I think I heard this as something like 57% of the school districts in the United States are at or below the poverty level.
Yes.
Okay. When you have kids who do not have food at home, they're getting their main meals at school
Yes.
for breakfast and lunch.
Yes.
And sometimes they get snacks to take home with them for the evening. They get a backpack or something to take home with them for the weekend. When we have that kind of poverty and that kind of um, food lack, I guess that's what I would call it is food poverty, food lack. When we have that kind of thing going on right now here in America on a daily basis, we don't need to be feeding the rest of the world.
That's
We
right.
need to be feeding our own.
That's right.
And that, oh, I am so angry about this. I'm just livid.
Yeah. And what's scary is because the school is going to be letting out for summer very soon.
Yeah. Yeah.
What's going to happen with those children who, because, we thought we had a problem before all these food shortages, before the baby food shortages. What's going to happen
Hmm.
when school lets out and those children no longer
Yeah.
have that free breakfast, that free lunch, and so on and so forth, and
Yeah.
those snacks to take home from the teacher?
Yeah.
What's going to happen then?
What's going to happen when mom and dad or mom and grandma or whoever is taking care of them can't afford to drive to work because of gasoline costs?
Yeah,
If they have a job now.
I know.
And what
And
happens when and if the state decides to cut their WIC benefits?
right. And Allie just asked a question. She said, so many people I know here in Massachusetts have kids and they get over $1,000 a month in food stamps. So how are these kids not eating at school? I believe me, Allie, I get it.
Hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
I know people that get food stamps and they're selling their food
Yeah.
stamps.
Yeah.
That outrages me the most.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah.
And this is something though that's gone on for decades. This is not new. I can remember when I was a kid, hearing about one of our neighbors selling her food stamps. My mom donating food because the kids were going hungry. So this is not new. It's gone on. It's gone on for years. And you would think that the WIC program would be accountable, but it's not. Nothing is. It's government.
And I understand that WIC has contracts with certain baby formula companies. Like
yes,
Abbott,
they do.
things
Yeah.
like that.
The U.S. government holds 40%, I believe it is, of all of the contracts for baby formula in the nation. And that is where your WIC program comes from. So guess what? They can demand that it go directly to them so they can send it to the border or to the Ukraine or wherever. Yeah.
Oh. Unbelievable.
Yeah. But this is where we are right now as a nation. And it's only going to get worse. And I hate to be that person because I'm usually optimistic.
Mm-hmm.
But I can't see any light at the end of the tunnel at this point.
Right.
It's going to take us a while. It's going to get very, very dark.
Oh. No, I don't think a lot of people have any idea how dark it's really going to be.
Yeah. They keep saying, oh, we're going into a recession. No, honey, we've been in a recession for a while. We've been in it for a while. We're going into a depression.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
This is why we learned from our grandmothers and great-grandmothers.
Yeah. No kidding.
This is why we are here where we are when we are. We're here for a reason.
Yeah, no kidding. I just, there's, like I was talking to another subscriber. She's a good friend of mine, Dawn Marie. Everybody knows her as Dawn Marie. Okay. And she was sending me text messages of all these recalls, more recalls. And she's getting so upset. And I said, you don't listen to these recalls. I mean, what do I always say? Take it with a grain of salt.
Yeah.
Do with it what you will, but as always, safety first. We know where these recalls really are going. We know.
Some of them, yeah. Now, there are some. There was a recall, I think it was about a month ago, where they were finding pieces of metal and glass in the food.
Oh, yeah. Right. Okay.
That I could see. I'm sorry. I'm not going to take the chance.
Right.
Right.
Yikes. But I mean, with the baby food recall, the baby formula recall, come on. And then we find out the truth. Oh, no.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. 4 kids sick, 2 die. Never one time was it blamed on the formula, but they shut the formula factory down anyway. CDC and FDA actually said it was not caused by the formula.
Right. And then all of these fires. And then the guy that Canadian Prepper had on his channel, the one that builds all the bunkers. Oh, his headquarters was burnt down. What? No, come on.
Once is happenstance, twice is coincidence, 3rd time is enemy action.
Oh, yeah.
You know that living with Marines. Come on.
Oh, help me.
I'm married to one, so he's an old Marine. He's been out for a while, but yeah.
Yeah.
They never change. They get worse, actually.
Oh, no.
Oh, yeah. Whew. Anyway. Excuse me, guys. I'm congested. Pollen out here is insane.
Yeah, it's bad.
I'm having to double up on my sinus medication, so I'm going to be flying high by the time this is done.
my driveway is yellow.
Oh God. See, we already went through that. That was the pine pollination here, and that happens in late February. And when it rains and the pines are pollinating, it looks like a giant has sneezed all over your driveway. It's gross. Okay? It's really gross.
Yeah.
And it covers everything. Right now, it's the oaks and the cedars that are pollinating, and they are driving me insane this year. And I think particularly the cedars are starting to do it.
Yeah.
It's bad. It's bad. But no, as far as the buildings burning and everything else, I mean, it started with fertilizer plants and warehouses. We've had another Walmart warehouse burn, and that was in Indianapolis.
Mm-hmm.
Food production plants. There are private farms that have been hit. There's one in Mississippi that just lost 2 big chicken barns. Yes. No one said how many were in there, but there were a lot. Yes. This was one of the smaller growers. Okay. And they had laying hens and breeding hens. And so it's,
we also have to watch out for our own homes.
Yeah.
I talked about in a video, what was it, yesterday or the day before, the arson of the house down the street, because they're all backyard mechanics.
Yeah.
And, and my mechanic who's in here right now, he's had his, in the past week or two, twice, his shop got broken into.
Not surprising. People are looking for whatever they can steal right now, especially as far as recyclables go. And there's a lot of that at shops. Brian's a mechanic also, and they've put up extra security and everything just in case. But yeah, it's not unexpected at this point in time. You even have to watch the cars on your own driveway now.
Oh, yes.
So we've got extra security lights up and everything else, and I don't sleep at night. So
neither
I guess
do
there's
I.
that. I guess there's that.
Sean sleeps at night. I'm up all night. I sleep during the day.
Yeah.
He's at work. Yeah, it's bad.
Yeah, it is. But you know what? It's not necessarily going to be a bad thing. Yeah, we may need that extra layer of eyes on, Yeah. So maybe that's what it's for. Who knows?
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I'm going to have to get Dave, Dirty White Boy, on here to do a live with me, because I need him to talk about what's going on with cars, the Dieselgeddon, as it's now called, and things like that. So everybody look forward to that. Right, Dave? Yeah.
I know, right? Oh my. But yeah, it's getting interesting, and I'm hearing a lot of reports about diesel shortages that are going on. There are some states that say they only have 3 days worth. There are some states that say they have up to 10 days worth left, and that's it. That's all. We have both a Love's and I think we have a Love's down here. I know there's one in Savannah, but we also have a Pilot in this area, truck stop. We're basically 3 miles off of I-95.
Oh, okay.
So we're not far from the interstate at all. Drove to pick something up from one of the local stores, and I looked at the gas prices and I said, yeah, it's a good thing you don't buy out here. They jumped our fuel prices on gasoline to $4.29 a gallon. Okay.
Yeah, it's higher here.
Yeah. $5.26 for diesel.
Yeah.
And this is right beside the interstate. And this is not at a truck stop. These are just regular gas stations at one of the interstate exits. I couldn't believe it, because it was $3.89 here about a week and a half ago.
Yep. It's only going to get worse.
So yeah, it is.
That's why really I started stockpiling gas and in 5-gallon gas cans and stuff like that. I put that fuel saver stuff in it, so it lasts
stabilizer
2 years. Yes, all that. Yeah,
that's a great idea. And it's like you say with the stocking up, with the prepping as far as food goes. It's not necessarily that you are hoarding it. What you're doing is you're paying a lesser price for it now.
Yes,
to use it later.
Absolutely.
And yes, I hate that word too, but God, we're hearing it an awful lot right now, aren't we?
I know.
Um,
But it's only coming out of Psaki's mouth. I can't stand her.
oh,
Yeah.
she's a condescending little, I'm not going to say it.
No. Yeah. Be
I'm
nice.
going to be nice, but she is though. I mean, I have never seen anyone treat the media with such condescension before.
And just to think, she's joining them.
Yes, she's going to be one of the stars on MSNBC. Well, that's where the stars go to die, honey. It is what it is. It's hell. Seriously. So she's going to be rotting in hell, basically. Which is, kind of where she belongs. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I know. Right, Wesley? She can never answer questions. Circle back,
No,
Jack.
circle back. Yep. she's going to circle back so much. Her eyes are going to be going. No, one little brain cell's going to be going. Zzz.
Stop. Okay. Oh no. Okay. Oh good. Oh, that was good. Okay.
Well, and I can't see Corinne Jean-Pierre being much better. She's not as condescending, but she's not much better. They're besties.
Geez, yeah. No, Leila, Trish is not going to be on. She's still not feeling all that great.
Yeah.
I think she's in the comment section, though.
Yeah. Hi, Trish. I'm not taking your place, honey. I promise. I'm just filling in for a moment.
Oh, God. Mm-hmm.
Oh, but yeah, it's been rather interesting to see what's going on.
Yeah.
Keep in mind, too, watch your commodities. Watch your prices on things like rice and wheat.
Mm-hmm.
China has lost most of I think it's their winter wheat harvest.
Yes.
And their rice harvest is not doing good either.
Thanks, Deneen.
So just letting you know, keep an eye on all of that because our farmers are dealing with a lot of stuff here too.
Yeah.
Major dust storm up Nebraska to Minnesota.
I heard about that. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm kind of wondering about whether or not that's going to be a continuing thing. I mean, we saw it back in the 30s with the Dust Bowl.
Yes. Yep. Sure did. I read about that. Wow. Was that? Oh boy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did a lot of damage and it caused a lot of heartache for those families that were farming or trying to farm.
Yeah.
And how many people starved?
I have so many reserves because I'm reading. Okay, you know how my favorite gal pal from the UK, she sent me that book that Selko had written. You know who Selko is, right? Okay.
Yeah.
I'm reading one of his books right now, and it gives you literally a timeline of when, all the what's the words I'm looking for? Like the signs of, thanks, Rubicon, the signs of what to look for.
Oh, okay. All of the event horizons for each particular thing.
And let me tell you what, we're seeing every single one.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh my God. I'm like,
well, and the thing is I had listened to your show. What was it? It was a few days ago about the third horseman.
Oh, yes. Yes.
I am not a religious person. I was raised Catholic, but I am not now.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not within the church. How's that? You were spot on. You're absolutely correct about this.
Mm-hmm.
And this is coming from someone who is not a religious person. So, it's one of those things where we need to be paying attention. We need to keep our heads on a swivel as far as not just our personal lives.
All aspects.
All aspects. Everything that's going on around us, from our home to our neighborhood, to our town, to our state, to our country, to the world. We need to know what's going on because otherwise we're not going to see it coming.
Oh, Kelly, I know, Kel. I know. Oh my goodness. I'm going to have to find it. Okay. But I was given, um, oh, I got to find it now. I was given something to look up, and it's Matthew 24 uh, in the New Testament. Hang on, let me see if I could find it.
Okay.
Yeah, here it is.
I got to write this down. So,
and when I read this, I literally, I shuddered.
Okay.
Because it's exactly what's happening right now.
Yeah.
And it says, how dreadful it will be in those days for pregnant women and nursing mothers.
Yeah.
And then I read on, because I read the whole thing, and it says, if those days had not been cut short, no one would survive, but for the sake of those elect, those days will be shortened. It's speaking of those who are elected.
When you're talking about the elect, you're also talking about the financial elites, the social elites, that kind of things. You're not talking about just the elected individuals.
Right. It's all the higher ups. It's all the
It's everyone in the upper echelons. How's that?
The puppet masters, shall I say?
Pretty much, or the ones paying the puppet masters.
Right on. So
sorry,
no
Diet Pepsi. I have to have my caffeine.
Right on. Hey, I forgot to make a coffee. Trisha's going to smack me for even saying that. But yeah.
I was going to say, I'm so used to seeing you with a coffee cup in hand. It's like, okay, wait a minute. There's something missing here.
I was running so behind. Oh my God. It was terrible.
We both were. We both were. Oh man. So no, I've written that down. I'll take a look at that later this evening.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Nothing happens but what hasn't happened before. That was what my grandmother used to say.
Right. Oh, I'm sorry. The Elector, the chosen saints. Okay. Then I read it wrong. But I mean,
I did too then, because usually when you're talking the elect, it's the ones who feel that they are in charge.
Right. That's how I took it. So I guess, we can all interpret things differently, but that's how I took it. But thank you. Thank you for pointing that out to me.
Thank you.
Yeah. But still, for it to be written back then about the mothers and stuff like that, and it's happening right now, I'm sorry, but it's just
yeah. And to have people like Bette Midler come out and say, well, if they breastfed, well, not everybody can, honey.
Yeah, I couldn't. My son was allergic to me. I couldn't.
Yeah. There are some babies who have that reaction. It is what it is. Look at adopted children. Yeah. I mean, my word, you can't breastfeed an adopted child.
No, I know.
Your body's not built for that. No.
My mother even told me I was on goat's milk. And I happened to find powdered goat's milk. So, so I'm encouraging people to start stocking up on that.
For some reason, and I had heard about this, you had mentioned this yesterday in your show about cow's milk, goat's milk, and ass's milk. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, it is what it is. I know that in Egypt, instead of cow's milk, they use camel's milk. They don't have many cows out in Egypt, honey. Any self-respecting cow's going to die in the desert.
No, yeah, I know, but what? Yeah.
But camel's milk works as well. Okay. But of course, it's not common here, so we use cows. Okay. But there are some kids who are allergic to the chemicals in cow's milk, so they use goat's milk, and that seems to be the favored go-to for a lot of people who use natural milk instead of formula.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Very interesting. Okay. All right.
So yeah, it's been a lot of fun watching all of this happen.
Yeah, it is. It's literally unfolding right before our very eyes, and no one ever thought that we would ever see this. Not in our lifetime, but
yeah. But you know what? I told my son this. I said, you need to start keeping a journal. Start writing all this stuff down, because this is the stuff that is going to be history.
Oh yeah.
In 30, 40 years.
I started a prepper notebook years ago. I have many prepper notebooks.
Yep.
I could literally write a bestseller.
Yeah, you probably could right now.
Yeah. Yeah. It's, but I'll never forget my father telling me that, that we were going to be the next Great Depression, but it's going to be worse than the last Great Depression. And we were going to be the next Venezuela. He said that to me like 2 years ago. He said that to me. And here we are.
He's not wrong. He's not wrong at all.
And then when I met Trish, she said the same thing. And I didn't even tell her that my father even said that.
Yeah. And see, I've been thinking along those lines, and I can remember hearing someone say, oh, well, that'll never happen again, because we remember the lessons. And I'm thinking, now, wait a minute. All of this actually started back with TARP. And then we decided to do quantitative easing, and we continue to do quantitative easing, and we continued. And then all of a sudden we've got this stimulus that we have to do for the shutdowns. Yeah. And oh boy, isn't there a lot more money to spend on recovery? Yeah, it's been a snowball.
Yeah.
And it didn't start yesterday, and it didn't start with the dragon and the bear. It didn't start with the bear and the ewe. It didn't start yesterday. It started years ago.
Yeah.
And it's continued to snowball. Yeah. And now we're seeing the effects of it.
Yeah.
And they're actually talking about doing more stimulus checks. Like we haven't learned that. Yeah. Like we haven't learned that lesson already.
I didn't even know about that. When did that come about?
They started discussing it. They haven't written anything for it yet, but they are discussing it. That's been something that Pelosi's wanted for a while. She wanted another round of stimulus checks.
Wow, that's really going to kill us. No kidding.
It will. It will. So we'll see what happens. And they may call it something else. It may not be COVID stimulus this time. It might be inflation help. The
stimulus checks is, I'll just.
Yeah. So we'll see what happens. I hope that it doesn't come to fruition. If they want it to go through, it would have to go through before the midterms. And I don't see it happening. Wow. And Schumer would actually have to get rid of the filibuster as well, because I don't think our Senate's going to let it go.
Schumer, Chuck the Schmuck, you mean?
Yeah, Chuck the Schmuck. I love that. Schmucky Chucky. And Skeletor Pelosi.
Oh my God. Oh no, I just call her the Lush.
She's going to get one more eyebrow lift, and I swear to God, she's going to be brushing her backside with her eyebrows. Have you seen her? Her eyebrows are all the way the heck up here.
I know. She has an idea.
Oh yeah, she has an idea. All right. Although it's probably dead now from all the Botox, but
oh my God.
To say.
I'm gonna get in so much trouble.
I know, right? This is what happens when you bring the one of the mouths of the South on. And I'm actually keeping it clean.
It's terrible.
I know.
Oh
I'm horrible.
My God.
Especially about politicians. I'm horrible.
Well, but, you know what? It's not like they're being very nice to us, so like it really matters.
No, they don't give two figs about us. They really don't. Other than the fact that we cater their whims by paying taxes.
No, I know.
That's it. That's all we're useful for.
I know it. So, how do you think we can become more prepared for this new world that we are going to be forced to live in? Like, we can prepare all the food and, prep all the food that we want, prep all the water that we want, prep all the, medication that we want, especially like, okay, you could have all the, thanks, Lara, all the OTCs that you want. But like I've been trying to get people to, get their antibiotics through Jace. Okay.
Yeah.
Because you don't need a prescription or anything like that, and it's easy to get through Jace. Okay. I started getting some survival gear through MIRA, MIRA.
Okay.
And, how do you think, how are you preparing to give some people some ideas? Because they've heard all of my ideas. Give them some ideas on what you're doing.
We're pretty much along the same lines you are. Okay. We've been doing this for 30 years, if not longer. We do not have a year or two supply. What we normally prepared for was about 6 months, give or take. Okay. And a lot of that is because, number one, we're in a hurricane zone. We're on the coast of South Carolina.
Yeah.
Number two, I grew up in a construction family. I know what it's like when someone loses their job and can't replace it for 3 months at a time. We have always made sure that we have enough food on hand, at least for that kind of emergency. However, over the last year, we have been watching this, especially since they did the shutdowns back for the pandemic. And we have been slowly increasing our stock. Buy a little bit here, buy a little bit there, get a little extra when we got the money for it, that kind of thing. Okay. Right. We've never been extraordinarily extravagant with anything that we buy. You don't have to be. What you need is good, solid food that you can eat and that you will eat. Right. Don't buy anything just because it's on sale. Buy it if you'll eat it.
Right.
Okay. And keep in mind that you may end up having to eat it. And if it sucks, you're not going to want to eat it.
Right.
Okay. Because we shot competitively for a long time, we are very competent with weapons, with firearms of all types. Like I said, my husband was in the Marine Corps, and so he taught me, and then we both became firearms instructors and firearm competitors.
Awesome.
So that's one of those things that we've kept up with practice, and that is something that you need to consider. If you have a firearm, don't just buy it and stick it in a drawer. Okay. And I understand that ammunition right now is very pricey, but you do need to practice because firearms handling skills are something that they deteriorate over time. If you don't use those skills, they deteriorate. I can't speak tonight. So make sure that you are keeping up at least with dry fire practice. Make sure there's no ammo in the room, so there's no accidental shootings. There's no such thing as an accidental shooting, by the way. No ammo in the room or whatever, but make sure that you keep up with some kind of practice as far as your firearms are concerned.
Right.
We have lighting all over the house. Now, it's motion activated, so it's not on all the time. And we know where those lights are coming from and what it might be. And we can actually, get up and just take a look real quick. It's no big deal. We're out away from town. So it's not likely it's going to be a human being at this point in time. It's more likely to be a raccoon or a possum. I hate them things. I hate possums. Oh, I hate possums with a passion. I really do. They creep me out. But, it's knowing that it's knowing and understanding at this point in time, okay, that what you do right now, as far as stocking up, as far as being of a mindset that says, yeah, okay, I can do this. I can survive this. I can live through this. Even if I'm going nuts inside, I can still get through the day and be able to face the next morning.
Right.
Okay? Because there's going to be that moment. And a lot of us are reaching it. A lot of us are reaching that moment. Just know that you're here for a reason. And make sure that when you are preparing, you're also preparing your body, yourself, your mind. Okay? Don't leave yourself out of those preparations.
Right.
Don't leave comforts out. I mean, comfortable clothes.
Yeah.
My God, who doesn't love a great pair of pajamas?
Yeah.
You know? Just something to spoil yourself with, even if it's not a goodie, even if it's not Oreos or whatever, okay?
Right.
Even if it's just comfy pajamas, you need
Yeah.
something to soothe the mind.
Yeah.
Okay? So it's small things that we're preparing for now, because we've got the rest of it kind of squared away. It's small things now. It's making sure the house is straightened up and we've got everywhere where we want it, so we know where it is.
Yeah.
It's making sure that we have the tools in the garage to do whatever we need to do around the house or on the vehicles.
Yeah.
Okay. It's making sure that we have the gardening tools that we need, that we have seeds set aside, that we have a way of watering the plants without electricity.
Mm.
Because that may be important if they do pull an EMP on us.
Yeah.
So make sure you have a rain barrel or a catchment system of some type for your garden and for
Yeah.
your animals, if you have animals.
Oh, yeah.
And thank you, by the way, whoever sent that information in about the bay leaves on dog food.
Yeah.
That was wonderful information to have.
Yeah. With the activated charcoal. Do you keep
Yeah.
that in your, do you
Yeah,
keep that? Yeah. So do we.
We do. We keep activated charcoal. Now, we don't have any animals in the house right now. We lost Nikki, our cat, quite a while back. It's been over a year now. And we haven't had the heart to go look for another friend. So it's hard.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's really good information to have, and I have family members and friends who have dogs that are being prepared for as well. And that's another thing. Prepare for your animals.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely prepare for your animals. We're all seeing the dog and cat food shortages right now.
Oh, my goodness. Yes. That's why I started making my own dog treats for my guys.
And I love that recipe too. It looked really good. Well, not for human consumption, but it looks like it would be a really good solid treat for them.
Oh, it
because
is.
it doesn't have chemicals in it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So, but yeah, I mean, and make sure, as I said, make sure that you're writing this stuff down.
Mm-hmm.
This is what your grandchildren's history books will be covering.
Yes. If they don't try and rewrite it and say it never happened. But
right.
Yeah.
That won't happen. Not ever in a million years, Autumn. You were so suspicious. Honestly.
Oh, is that why I have 3 strikes on my channel?
Yeah, probably. I can't guarantee it, but probably.
Heading for another one too, I'm sure.
At this point with me on the show, probably. Oh my word. So no, it's, be prepared for the stuff in your area and your region specifically. Okay.
Oh yeah.
Autumn and I live in areas where hurricanes are very common.
Oh yeah.
And yeah, you got to be prepared for that. You got to be prepared for tornadoes. You got to be prepared for earthquakes down here too.
Mm-hmm.
Believe it or not, we're not that far from Charleston, so earthquakes are always on the table for us. And that's scary in and of itself. I've been through one earthquake, and it was very, very minor when we lived in Illinois. But make sure that you're prepared for your climate as well as your region. If you get heavy winters, like up in northern Illinois and Wisconsin, make sure you have all the gear for that. Make sure you have snow shovels, extra shovel handles. Make sure you have your scrapers for your windows. Make sure you have an extra way to stay warm. And if you're in an apartment or condo that does not have a gas fireplace, you might want to see about, if it's a condo, see about having one installed.
Yeah. Definitely.
I mean, And I'm saying
That's,
gas over wood because a lot of places won't allow you to have a wood burner, especially in the city.
yeah, I know. No, Wesley, I did not try the canned sausages.
Yeah, those are
I'm
kind of
not.
creepy.
Yeah. You know.
Those are kind of creepy. We actually tried a canned sausage. I guess it's been about 2 years ago. We were considering putting it in the preps as one of the extra proteins. And I'm glad he only got the one can because he opened it up and I swear it smelled like dog food. Really
Oh,
bad dog food. I was not going to put that in my mouth. There was no way on God's great earth that was going on my plate. You're not even cooking it in my kitchen.
all right, then I'll leave it for the dogs. I don't care.
Well, no, it was a different brand, so it might be good. But this
Mm.
particular brand, and I'm not going to say it. I'm not going to say what it is. I get the shudders just thinking about it.
Oh, great.
Yeah. Ugh. There are some things we in the South should not have ever done, and that's one of them.
Ugh, great.
But no, try it. If you don't like it, see if the dogs like it. You know, it may be an extra for them. Might be a treat.
Will eat anything. Come here.
Some of them will. Aw, there's the sweetheart. We usually get a kick out of it when Stormy comes up and starts patting you on the head. I love it. He loves playing in your hair.
He's sleeping.
He gets up in your hair and just plays.
I know. He's so goofy. And that's Andrew's cat. He's not even mine.
Oh, God. Oh, man. That's funny. So, no. And this is also important. Okay? Take time to laugh.
Yeah.
Take time to enjoy yourself and just kind of shed the stress for a little bit.
Yeah, I know.
Because it makes it so much worse if you don't.
I know. That's why I am the way that I am in my videos, because if not, I would sit there and cry the whole time. And
oh, yeah. Right? Trust me, nobody wants to see that here either. I'm an ugly crier, splotches and snot dribbling out of my nose, and yeah, nobody wants to see that. So,
oh, Dave, his dog Buddy is barking at the TV because he watches me on the TV. It's because he misses Penelope. Because I babysat Buddy one time, and he misses his girlfriend. That's why. Oh,
that's fantastic. I love it. I love it.
Yes, I know.
Aww.
God.
Look at that smile.
Spoiled.
Of course she is.
Yeah.
All the animals are spoiled there. Come on. I want to come back as one of your cats. Are you kidding?
They're all spoiled. They're all spoiled rotten. Okay. Yeah. No miss. It's like this all the time. It's not just because she wants attention or she wants to be on TV. No, it's like this all the time.
Yeah. That's funny. That's funny.
Stop. Go play. All right. I'm sorry.
No, you're good. Don't worry about it.
So my thought process just went right out the window.
That's okay. Like I said, just take time to relax and have fun for a little bit. If that means, going out and playing putt-putt golf with the kids, go for it. If that means putting together a tackle football team in the backyard and having at it and beating the hell out of each other, go for it. We used to do it as kids. Are you kidding? I had a lot of cousins. We used to do it at Thanksgiving and Christmas at my grandmother's.
Oh my God, that's so funny.
Yeah. I have a great family. There's a lot of us, but yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'm Italian. I have a huge family.
Irish. Yeah. Same thing.
Sean's Irish.
Yep. So, I kind of figured with that name.
Yeah. He's got, he's literally, red hair, blue eyes, the whole family. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. The whole pale skin thing too, you know.
Yeah, I can't even go outside when he comes back in. He's completely
no,
pale.
I can tan. That's not an issue. It's just I haven't been able to lately. It's been too cold and rainy, and when it's been hot, it's been too buggy. So it's like, hell. I'm not sure what to do anymore.
No, Larry, she doesn't have a YouTube channel. She's got a podcast.
I've got a podcast, honey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He came in late.
That's okay.
Yeah.
We'll forgive him this once. We won't charge him any money or anything, you know.
Oh, Holly said, Kel, we need a good recipe for pierogies.
Oh my word. I love pierogies, but I have no clue how to make them. I really don't. I really don't. There was a restaurant up in Rockford that did them. And we lived in the Chicago, Northern Illinois. It was Rockford. We were like 90 miles from Chicago. Mm. We lived there for 18 years after he got out of the Marine Corps. And there was this little place that made the best pierogies. Oh my God, they were so good. But they closed down, I think in like 2000, 2001, somewhere in there. It was over in Loves Park. So yeah, there was a little place there that made them. Mm. But yeah, I haven't had pierogies in years. I'd love to have a recipe myself.
Wow. Yeah, you guys are sending in some really great recipes for the community cookbook. So keep sending them in. It's awesome. I'm going to start on it soon on the cookbook.
I might send you my biscuit recipe though.
Oh.
So we'll see.
Yeah, cooking with preps recipes, I don't care, whatever it is. Yep. Even like for desserts, like no-bake desserts, like that type of thing, because
like the hurricane cake, things like that. Yeah.
Stuff like that, because a lot of these recipes we're going to be using during SHTF. So think of it in that way.
There is a cookbook that I have used for years. And I don't know if you can still get it. I don't know if it's still in print or not. It's called Cooking with Home Storage.
Okay.
Yeah. I've had this thing since my 30th birthday, and I'm 53 years old. Okay. I've used it until it is falling apart. It has some really great recipes in it, and it's using a lot of stuff that you would find in your normal pantry. Dried ingredients, boxed ingredients, canned ingredients. It even gives the information about substitutions for stuff that you may not be able to get.
Okay.
Okay. And it's called Cooking with Home Storage.
Okay.
And if I'm not mistaken, they got it through Layman's. Don't quote me on that, but I think they got it through Layman's originally.
Huh. All right.
Yeah. It's a great book though.
Okay.
Once I have the information, it's out there, and once I have the information on it, I'll forward that to you, and that way you've got it.
Please do.
But there are some really great recipes in there.
All right, yeah, because I've got, my mother is sending me her recipes. Sean's Aunt Donna is sending me Sean's grandmother's recipes, and she passed away. So these are recipes from like the Great Depression and stuff like that. Yeah. So
I have my grandmother's recipes for blueberry dump cake and peanut butter cookies, and my mother-in-law's recipes, which are from the Great Depression.
Yeah.
I've got quite a few of those as well. So yeah, and there's some interesting ones. So I'll go through them and type them out and send them over to you, and that way you've got them.
Okay. Yeah, because like the one recipe from Sean's grandmother is no apple pie, and it's from the Great Depression, and it's actually made with Ritz crackers, and when you eat it, it actually tastes like apple pie, but there's no apples in it. It's crazy.
Yeah.
So.
Well, it's like the Atlantic Beach pie. Out on the Outer Banks, especially in Atlantic Beach, they have something called the Atlantic Beach pie, and what it is like a lemon meringue, but it's made with a Ritz cracker crust or a saltine crust instead of graham cracker.
Huh.
Or regular pie crust. Yeah.
Okay.
And depending on where you are on the Outer Banks, depends on the type of crust you get. In other words, whether it's saltines out at Ocracoke and out at what is it? The island with the lighthouse.
Cape May?
No.
Oh.
No. Kitty Hawk. Out around that area. They use the saltine crust. In Atlantic Beach, on Bogue Banks, you're going to find it with the Ritz cracker crust, or vice versa. It just depends.
Atlantic Beach, you mean Atlantic City?
No, Atlantic Beach, North Carolina.
Oh, North Carolina. Oh,
yeah,
I'm sorry.
North Carolina, on the Outer Banks. Yeah, on the Outer Banks of North Carolina.
Because when you said the beach with the island,
lighthouse,
with the lighthouse, I'm thinking Atlantic City. The island with the
Hatteras.
beach,
Hatteras. That's what it is. Hatteras.
That would be Brigantine.
No, Hatteras is the Cape Hatteras Lookout. Yeah. Yeah. That's the one with the diamond pattern. Yeah, it's neat looking. I love Hatteras. So no, it's fascinating, the different food types. But yeah, I'll see if I can't find an Atlantic Beach pie to send to you, a copy of the recipe.
Okay.
My grandmother's dump cake recipe, which is just a cake mix and blueberries. Pretty much it.
Yeah.
There are several other recipes that I can send over. So yeah, I can do that.
Great. Yes, I know, Marie. Atlantic City is a dump. It is now. It never used to be. But
it was always a nice area. Yeah. But now, not so much. I wouldn't go.
I haven't been there. Oh my gosh, since 2017. That was the last time I was there.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I'll never go back. Never go back. And that's where I was born and raised. I'll never go back.
Wow.
Yeah, I'll never go back. But it is what it is. It's like Sean, he'll never go back to Philly. It's not good there either.
Have you seen some of the recent shots of Philly?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's bad.
Yeah.
I was born in North Carolina, raised in Dallas, Texas, moved back to North Carolina, and then moved to Illinois. Now we're down here. We've been here since 2006. So we've been all over the place. I miss Dallas, but I don't think I'd ever go back.
Right.
There's no way I could take the traffic and the noise and the people. There's no way. It grew too fast. It really did.
That's what's happening here.
Yeah.
Because we live in
it's happening all over this area.
Gosh. Yeah. It's terrible. I want to get out of here. I hate it here. I hate it.
Yeah. And see, I love this area. I really do. We moved to this part of the coast in 2006. We're just north of Savannah. We're in South Carolina, and Savannah's in Georgia. We're just over the state line. Okay. Mm-hmm. I absolutely adore this area. What I don't adore is the fact that we have a lot of people moving from up north because they don't like the policies, they don't like the crime, they don't like the prices and the taxes, and they're coming down here and expecting the same services. Mm-hmm. You're not going to get that here. No. You're lucky if they cut the grass in the medians once a year. It is what it is. That's a lot of grass. But yeah, I mean, you get the people out of Sun City. They'll, God love them, but I think the gate guards have the guns turned the wrong way. Because some of those old men get out in town and they have absolutely nothing better to do than grump and complain about everything. And you just want to look at him and say, your wife kicked you out today, didn't she? She just told you, get out the house. I don't want to deal with you no more. I'm pretty sure that's what happens. And they go out in town and they harass everybody they can because the wife won't let her harass them. It just, yeah, they need a holding pen. But the older gentlemen, they're in Sun City. Y'all can go play over there. Just leave everybody else alone. I love them though. But yeah, no, we're getting a lot of people moving in from particularly New York and Connecticut and places like that. And like I said, they're expecting the same services that they got there, and you're not going to see that.
No,
you're not going to see that. You might out on Hilton Head, but you're not going to see it out here. Your housing prices are going to be better. Your taxes are going to be much, much better. but please leave your politics back where you moved from.
Yeah, it's like
We don't need it.
Don't New York or Florida.
Yeah, exactly. Don't New York or South Carolina,
Yeah.
Leave your politics at the state line back there.
Yeah.
Don't bring them here because we don't want them. We don't need them.
I know it.
And we might have to beat you over the head with them if you bring them.
Oh, geez. Oh, God. It's so funny.
So how has it been for you with the aquaponics, with the water garden you've got there?
Oh, my goodness. I love it. I love it. My vegetable plants are thriving wonderfully. My lettuce, I can't eat it fast enough. The lettuce, the arugula, I can't eat it fast enough. My cucumber plants, they're vining up my windows. I'm like, ah!
You're going to have to get an interior trellis for the window.
I did.
Did you? Oh, God. There you go. Well, if it works, why, if it works, it works. You'll just have little pickles. You'll be able to find gherkins when no one else has them.
But my tomato plants are doing great. My pepper plants are doing great. My herbs are doing great. Everything is just doing wonderful. Yeah.
Oh, wow. That's fantastic.
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, my cucumber plant is it's going crazy.
Yeah.
It's terrible. I think, I said to Sean, I said, I'm going to need another room built onto the house just so I can have one room just for plants. Because every time he goes in the kitchen, he's just like, it's growing over there now. I know. Leave it alone.
Yeah. Okay. So how many times has he walked into the house and said, I'm living in a jungle, for crying out loud?
Oh. Well, it hasn't gone onto the floor yet.
Yet, being the operative word there.
Oh, but his cat, Binks, he caught her trying to climb up onto the shelf, and she's going like this. And he's, Binks, knock it off. Your mother's going to kill you. And I'm like, just leave her alone.
But Dad, it's fun to play with.
Oh my God. Yeah. Because everything's vining.
Yeah.
It's all,
and it moves very easily. So yeah, I can see a cat wanting to play with that.
Yeah. So hi, Stormy. Come here, bud.
Oh, there's my bud.
Yeah.
Oh, beautiful boy.
You're awake.
He's a beautiful boy.
Thank you. Yeah.
I just think it's hysterical. And I'll even call Brian and, hey, you got to watch what Stormy's doing. Because he gets in and he just snuggles right in and takes over your hair.
I know.
And he reaches back and he pats you on the back. When you lifted your arm to say something during one of yesterday's lives or one of yesterday's shows.
Yeah.
There he is reaching up the same time to hit you on the back of the head. It's like, okay, wait a minute. He's lifting his arm too.
Stormy, come here. Come here. And he's cross-eyed too.
Yeah,
so
I noticed that. But that's okay. Some cats are. Oh, he's gorgeous.
What do you do?
He's knocking stuff over again.
Always. He's so clumsy.
Yeah. Yeah, I miss my writing partner. Nikki used to sit here at the computer and he would pat me on the knee. He'd just reach up and pat me on the knee just to make sure I was paying attention.
Yeah.
Yeah. He never tried to get in my lap. He always did that. That was funny. He was a great cat.
Oh, God.
But yeah, as far as prepping goes, guys, watch your sales, especially right now. I actually got a great deal here about 3 weeks ago. They had the store brand canned vegetables 2 for $1.
Oh, that's a good price.
Yeah. Well, $40 later.
Yeah.
I got myself some veggies for the pantry. They had another store had pasta, dried spaghetti noodles. 25 cents a pound.
Whoa, really? Oh, thanks for Stormy treats. Thank you. Big Rippo.
I'm glad I'm not the only one who loves watching Stormy.
Have you noticed, though, that pasta, the boxes of pasta are no longer a pound. It's now 14 ounces or 12 ounces now.
Yeah, I did notice that.
Ridiculous.
Well, and this isn't the first time they've done the shrinkflation thing on us. It's not the first time. It's just more obvious now because we're paying attention to it. With inflation and everything else, it's a lot more obvious.
No, I know. But it's ridiculous anymore. Everything is ridiculous. We're all gonna be suffering so much, and that's why I'm just trying to encourage everyone to start their freedom gardens.
Yes, absolutely.
Stock up on seeds. If you live in a small house or an apartment or a condo, get the hydroponics, please. Container grow if you can. Do whatever you can. Start a small freedom garden of any size.
Exactly. Add fruit trees if you can possibly do that.
I have 31 fruit trees on my property.
We just have the one so far. Our orange tree has never blossomed for some reason. Our lemon tree, however, is going 8. Yeah. I mean, literally, we have baby lemons all over that booger this year. And I think I had 15 or 16 off of it last year. And that was after it had gotten frostbitten.
Yeah. Well, what's a good one? Kumquat trees.
Kumquats are really good.
Yeah, and you can eat the whole entire thing, even the skins. Yeah.
Persimmons are good, and they grow in our area.
Yeah. What a very, very easy fruit tree or bush, really. Grapes. I know they vine, but you want to talk about having an insane amount of grapes in a year.
And what you can do, blackberries and raspberries as well.
Oh my goodness, thank you.
What you can do is, if you have a clothesline in your backyard, one of the double-ended ones, run your grapes up the end of the clothesline. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. I have to wonder if that is not because of the way they do the pumps. What they do with gasoline is they pre-approve for $100. Okay. Now with diesel, I'm not sure, especially not with the big rigs. I'm not sure what they run that to. That may be 300. So I think it may depend on how much he was pre-approved for. I'm not going to say that literally they shut him off at 66 gallons. It may depend on how much he was pre-approved for on a debit card or something. Ouch. It could also be the station. They may be limiting. Because we are going to start seeing rationing on this stuff, folks. Gasoline, diesel, any type of fuel.
Yeah.
And believe you me, be prepared for blackouts and brownouts.
Oh, yeah. I talked about that the other day.
Yeah.
Please be ready. Please.
Yeah.
I don't know how much more I can talk about this stuff, without, getting it into your heads. Please, please, please. Get your generators, stock up on your gas, stock up on the generator oil. If you can afford a solar generator, awesome.
Yeah, absolutely.
Solar lanterns, battery operated candles.
Also keep in mind, okay, there are ways that you can reduce your actual usage that don't change your lifestyle. All it does is change your timing. Okay. If you use a washer and dryer, wash and dry at night.
I do. Yep.
Okay. After 10 o'clock is usually the best time. And I usually do it right around 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. Everybody else is asleep.
Right before I go to bed.
Exactly. Right before you go to bed. Yep. Right before everybody wakes up. But yeah, anything that runs a lot of electricity on a cycle. Okay. Like the washer and the dryer and the dishwasher. run that overnight after 10 o'clock, because that's when your electricity usage in the area is lower.
Yeah.
So they're not charging you as much for it because it's not a heavy load on their system.
Right.
Keep that kind of thing in mind. Run your ceiling fans. Even if you're running an air conditioner, run your ceiling fans.
That's right.
I don't have it
always going.
Well, I don't have mine on in here right now because you can hear it on the microphone and it sounds really weird. You hear in the background. So, I didn't want you to think we had something going on.
Goof.
But I was trying not to do a Jeffrey Tubin for you. It just it would have sounded like that. So no, run your ceiling fans, even if you're running your air conditioner. Now, I do not keep my air conditioner at 76 or 78 degrees. I am an old broad, and I am postmenopausal.
72 here.
72 degrees, and I run all my ceiling fans on high year-round.
Me too.
They can kiss my great big Irish behind if they think I'm running it at 78 degrees. No, not happening. I'm old. No. Every now and then my husband will go and he'll grab a sweatshirt or his bathrobe and he says, "It's cold in here."
Sit with Sean.
It's cold in here. It's 72 damn degrees. It's not cold. I'm sweating.
Here I am going, oh God.
I just want to go take a cold shower and you're cold. Really? Oh my God. And that's something else. Ladies, that is something else. And I didn't even think about this until just now. Oh, battery operated fans. Battery operated. And they have some that are, if I can get my camera thing right here, screw it. They have the medium sized ones that are about the size of a small television screen. Okay. Like your computer monitor. And they're not expensive, and they carry them at different places like Walmart and Target and everything else. And they run on batteries. We have them as a backup here in case we lose power with a storm, either through a thunderstorm or a hurricane, because thunderstorms will knock it out just as fast. We have a lot of trees in our area, and they hit the lines on a pretty regular basis. So battery operated fans. I have a couple that actually have a USB plug-in, so I can charge them in my car. And they're little handhelds. Matter of fact, I have one right here. Because I keep it in here.
Okay.
And it's got a little stand, a little tripod stand. And I have it on a lanyard so I can take it with me to a store. So I can run that puppy if I need to in a store because it gets hot. Like I said, I'm an old broad. But yeah, the battery operated and the rechargeable fans like that, you can run that particular one off of a USB, and those little stick chargers that you get, the fast charges. Yeah, does it in no time flat.
Okay.
And they run for several hours. So that's something else to consider in your preps, is things that you can keep yourself comfortable with, even if you don't have a power source.
Right.
Okay.
Yes.
It's not just food. It's not just clothes on your back. It's also comfort and self-care.
Oh yeah. Yes, definitely.
And I can't read your comments, so it's like I don't know who's saying what. Who is that weird lady on there?
Oh, okay. Mama Prep said I planted 24 containers of potatoes today and a couple hundred onions the other day. That's awesome.
Sweet.
Whoa. You were put to work, girl. Damn.
That is a lot.
Wow. What is everyone else prepping? Everybody's saying, I keep my house at 77. No.
Nope, not here. Look, when you walk outside and the humidity is 125%, and it feels like a hot, wet wool blanket has been thrown over you the instant you step outside and your glasses fog up and everything else, you do not want to go back into a house that feels the same way.
Yeah, exactly.
You want it nice and cold.
Yeah, the heat index with the humidity here is so bad.
Yeah.
You could take a
Yeah.
shower, walk outside, break out in a sweat literally within 5 seconds, run back in and take another shower
Yeah.
because that's how disgusting it is here. It's
Yeah.
terrible.
It's the same way here. We're in the low country of South Carolina, so it's very hot, very humid, very early in the year, and it stays that way. Um, I like to pick on people. We have 4 seasons here, just like everyone else. Almost summer, summer, still summer, and football. Or Christmas if that's your preference.
I
That's it for the seasons. You know? And right now, we're already in summer. It's not even actual summer yet. So
I know, right?
but yeah, we have the same thing here. You walk outside and the instant you open the door, you don't even have to step outside. You already know, oh God, this is gonna get ugly. This is gonna just get ugly.
Yeah, I know it.
And you're sticking to yourself and everything is clinging because of the moisture in the air. And it's like, and if you're dressed up, God forbid, if you are dressed up, it's going to look like you slept in your clothes 5 minutes from now.
Yeah, there's no such thing as dressing up here at
No,
all.
no, it's called coastal casual. And it's a pair of khakis and a polo shirt. You're lucky if you get flip flops or sandals. Because hell, most of us run around barefoot if we got the chance. It's cooler.
Yeah. So, what is everyone prepping for payday preps? Because a lot of us will be getting paid, or we got paid already. So, what is everyone prepping? Me, I did for some things from For Patriots.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, they've got some really nice stuff. They got some good stuff to put away.
Yeah.
We're going to be picking up some more items. Brian is making a solar oven, a larger solar oven.
Nice.
We've been experimenting with that, and all it is cardboard with like mylar on it.
Okay.
Okay. And actually, instead of mylar, what we've been doing is we've been going over to the 5 quarter store and getting the silver tablecloths for $1.25.
Silver tablecloths. What's
the cheap plastic tablecloths that you can get at like party stores and things like that?
Yeah. Yeah.
For like birthday parties and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they have some that are silver.
Oh, okay.
And it looks like mylar. It's about the same thickness.
Huh.
But it's $1.25.
Nice.
So he's not out anything.
Nice.
If he cuts up that tablecloth and uses that as his reflective surface for the solar oven.
I like that.
And yes, solar ovens do work if you use black pots and pans. And Brian also uses an oven bag, one of the plastic oven bags. You know the black enameled pots and pans, the roasting pans?
Yes.
Okay. I have a small one. Okay. We were able to cook a full pot roast with carrots, potatoes, and onions.
Huh.
Now, it could have gone a tiny bit longer as far as the roast was concerned because it wasn't as tender as I would get it in my oven.
Okay.
But it was fully cooked. It was tender. It just wasn't fall apart tender.
Right, right.
The onions were done and fantastic. The carrots were done and fantastic. The potatoes were done and fantastic. And I had enough moisture in there to make gravy with.
How long did it take?
I think he said it was about 8 hours.
Wow. So crock pot time.
It's like a crock pot almost.
Okay.
I'm not sure about the time on that, though. I'd have to double check and get back to you on that. But I think it was about 8 hours.
Okay. Okay.
He's also done pinto beans and rice in those same solar ovens.
All right.
So, yeah. And those are, they're good. They're so good. You soak your beans overnight like you normally would, then put them out in a solar cooker. Oh, yeah. They're good.
Okay.
Hang on. I stand corrected. He said it was 5 hours.
Ah, yes.
Evidently, he's watching in the other room. So,
Hello.
yeah. This is one of those things where he experiments with all of this stuff, and I get to reap the benefits when he does. Yeah, homemade bread, and oh yeah, he's a great baker. He's a
Yeah.
great baker.
All right, Ridley. Oh. All right, guys. Does anybody have any questions for Kelly or me or?
Mhm.
I'm not seeing any pop up.
Everybody went silent on us.
Yeah, right. Okay. All right, guys. Then I'm going to end the EMP help. Wow, is it because of what I said today with the Iran 22? Mm.
Mm.
Well, listen, I mean, I would suggest, doing, what are they called?
Faraday cages and things like
Yes,
that.
thank you. And Faraday bags and stuff like that. But with EMPs, I mean, that would take out our grid. So
Mm-hmm.
what would your TV do any good for?
Yeah. You wouldn't have it. You wouldn't have any way to operate it anyway, even if you did have it in a Faraday cage.
Yeah.
And
So,
and be aware, guys. This is something that has been discussed as a possibility for years. This is not a new scare. Okay, they've had the capability to pull an EMP on us for decades. Just nobody has bothered yet.
Yeah.
Yet. Okay. Is it a possibility? Anything is possible. Is it probable? Not really.
Yeah.
But all things are possible.
And they're asking for your podcast info. So can you say that one more time?
Yes, ma'am, I can. I co-host the Southern Liberty podcast. We're available on all podcast platforms. I am on Monday evenings and Friday evenings from 9:30 until whenever. Usually on Monday evenings we go until 10:30, 11. On Friday evenings we can go sometimes from 9:30 until midnight. It just depends on whether or not we have a guest and what information we're getting out there. Our Tuesday show is with Valerie. She is one of Florida's own. She lives there in Florida, Martin County, if I'm not mistaken. Oh. And our host Rod Threets lives in West Palm Beach. So our show is actually run right there out of Florida.
Nice.
Again, that's Southern Liberty, and you can find us on any podcast platform.
Okay, awesome.
Okay.
Yeah. All right, guys, we're going to head out of here. Thank you for all being here for the first time that we've gone live for a long time. Okay.
Thank you guys for listening and putting up with me.
Oh, no, it was awesome. I had a great time.
Yes.
We'll do this again. Yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. I love you guys. Good night. Ciao.